Hi guys, I'm Hannah Kaufman, the Undersecretary General of Public Relations for the Florida Crisis Simulation, and with me is Logan Abbott, the Director of 24. So Logan, tell us a little bit about your committee and how it's different than all the other committees at FLCS.
The really cool thing about 24 is that the name itself, it's a 24-hour crisis.
Right.
So you're literally going to be in the room for 24 hours running this crisis. You're going to have a couple of breaks, but you're going straight through, and you start at 8 o'clock in the morning and you don't stop until award ceremony on Sunday.
Right, so I know that this is the second year that FLCS has done the 24-hour real-time crisis. What are you most looking forward to about the kind of real-time situation?
I know last year I was a staffer on 24, and I was actually planted in the committee for 6 hours to help it run smoothly, to try and get it to run the way we wanted it to run, which was really fun to see it from the delegate side as well as from the crisis side at the same time. I'm most looking forward to the delegates' reactions to the crises that we have and the creative ways they're going to come up with how to address them. Because it is 24 hours, you don't have 6 months in committee time to figure out a crisis plan. You have exactly 24 hours, and that's how the committee's going to be running. So it's going to be really cool to see how the delegates deal with that.
Yeah, I know something a lot of the delegates talked about, when they were talking about being in this committee, is they really liked that they felt like they were in a real crisis. So, you know, how do you feel about the real-time situation? What challenges do you think, as a director, as a crisis coordinator, with your staff, how that's all going to play out?
The real challenging thing is because you are going for so long, you have to have a lot of stamina.
Right.
So you get a couple of breaks that we're not going to make you go for 24 hours straight in a perpetual unmod. But it's really difficult to keep up your energy and make sure that you have really good crisis notes all the way through and that you're lasting all the way through. At least for the AD, the biggest difficulty that I think they're going to have is that it does operate in a perpetual unmoderated crisis as opposed to a moderated. So the cool thing about that is that you really get to show off your acting skills and how you react to things because it's reacting in real time. You don't have to wait for a speech to react or talk to something or talk about something.
Right.
So that's going to be super interesting that I think a lot of the delegates are going to have to get used to.
Very cool. So something I've been asking a lot of the other directors is, what's your favorite FLCS memory? You were on 24 last year, so I think yours has to be pretty unique.
My most prevalent memory from FLCS last year was actually being in the committee, and because I was on staff, I had a little bit of an advantage. I knew how it was running, I knew the tricks that we had in there, but the most fun part for me was when we did my exit from the committee, because I don't think anyone knew I was a planter, that I went to UF, and that was why I was in there.
Right.
So it was just great planning that out with the director and Paul, and making sure that it was believable, and just seeing everyone's reaction to it afterwards when I walked in as a crisis staffer.
Right. So just as a final question, if you were a Game of Thrones character, which character would you be and why?
Ooh, well, that's a good one. I love Game of Thrones. I think I'd probably be Arya, because she's really she's really good at adapting, and she's super adventurous, and she really pushes the line of how to be still a girl and how to push that gender norm kind of, which I really admire, and she's super adventurous and brave, which is super cool. I'd love to be Arya.
Yeah, I definitely see that. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you, Logan. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at the Florida Crisis Simulation 4, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FLCS_UF.